All right, we had to put a little wiggle in it this morning. Didn't have time to start the video in the shop, so we bumping down this little road here. This is a single boar we've been looking at for, I know it sounds like a broken record, but it is, man, 2 or 3 weeks. We don't mind hogs coming in a trap. We like it. Puts a lot of good scent in there. It's just not a bad thing. I mean, there's really nothing down in this hole that he can hurt. Peanuts are up, cotton's up, corn's up. It's not a hunting property, it's a farm. So for us, he can go in there and do what he does and leaves a lot of good scent. But we're up for trap maintenance, so we need to go ahead and take him out and go ahead and do our maintenance. We are running a little close on time. He's a little odd. Originally, he was like middle of the night, and then the more comfortable he's got, he comes in like almost right before daylight. And this morning he was a little earlier than normal. Normally he'll come in, sometimes he'll come in at 6 a.m. But this morning he popped in about 5 a.m. So we loaded up, headed up here. Trap is not due for maintenance until Friday. Today's Monday, but going ahead and do it early. Across the road, we've had a system that's been running. It was running 10, then it built up to 15, and then it disappeared. And we see a lot of that when there's a lot of rain. If there's a lot of rain, hogs are going to get squirrely on you. So we've had a lot of rain. So we pretty much figure they're off somewhere in a swamp, rooting and having a big time. It is what it is. Dries up a little bit, they'll start coming back looking for that corn. In the meantime, at that system, which is probably about maybe a mile, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile from the trap we're headed to, an older boar and a younger boar started coming in. So we could have some social issues going on there. That's why when people start looking at these small traps, we don't really get it. You know, 25 years ago, we were doing small traps because we didn't know any better. But honestly, size does matter. It really does. We are not going to run anything less than a 1200 Jaeger Pro. Just ain't going to happen. You're trying to get all these people hogs in a confined area and have them root and have a big time and eat corn. It's kind of like you walking into a restaurant and it's really, really packed. You're like, nah, I don't think so. Well, imagine if you didn't have manners and you weren't raised right. It'd be an ugly show. So we were hoping that we could get this right over here to get this boar and this younger boar, since our group of 15s disappeared, take them out and take this one out at the same time, but it didn't work out. I don't know what happened last night, but they're pretty much on routine. This guy's on routine, and we're like, man, boom, 2 for 1. Didn't happen. That's hard to say. But again, rain changes things. So we're fixing to buzz down here. We got to go through a couple pecan orchards, buzz along a peanut field, and then we're going to drop off in a hole and slip on our rubber boots. One thing we are going to do, because we are running so close on time, it's really tight down in here where this trap is at. We've done a lot of videos off this trap. It's going to be a little tough for thermal. It really is, because we're starting to push some daylight. So tactics for you that like really get into that portion of, you know, trapping hogs, you know, clearly 22 subsonic suppressed for the actual trap itself. But change things up a little bit today. We're going to run 12 gauge low brass double aught buck. It's just going to be easier for us down in these woods. Trying to navigate a thermal down in there and all that, and trees. If we do encounter something and do get a shot, we're going to be quick on the trigger, and we'd rather just run the 12 gauge double aught buck, low brass. We don't need a lot of juice. We're just wanting to get out there, and it's going to be close quarters anyway. I mean, you're talking shots of like 15 yards if we get one. Haven't seen anything outside the outside camera, but you know, you never know. So with that being said, hang on. Well, that would be a problem. So we're headed to take out a single boar, and we're pulling down along this peanut field, and that's what we got. Hey, fellas. Yeah, headed down into them woods to take out a single boar, about a quarter mile. And we got that group of hogs. They ain't got a care in the world. Let's see if we can go right. Y'all ever been go-lighted? Look at that big one right there. Hey, fellas. Y'all ever been go-lighted? Little babies. There they go. Hey, just so you know, you've officially been go-lighted. What a story. All right, so that was pretty interesting. It happens a lot. We did a video down in Central Florida, same situation. So a lot of you in TV land will be like, hey, why didn't you engage them? I've got everything in the back seat to put a dent in that situation right there, but you're not gonna do nothing but spook them. You know, by me calling them fella, spotlighting them and all that, that ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't gonna freak them out too bad. But you start shooting at them, that's a different story. And that mentality that we've traditionally had here in the United States is to engage that. You're not trapping the group, it's trapping the group. I'm confident that that's our group of 15 that I just told you about that's across the road. They've crossed the road, now they're over here for whatever reason. And they may go back, but the beauty is we got a Jager Pro here, we got a Jager Pro there. There you go. We can accommodate their needs. Shooting at them is only going to scatter them and spook them, and that's not what we want. And so, not to be negative towards thermal operations, but the only time we agree with thermal operations is during planting season. That's it. When there's peanuts on, and you know, peanuts going in the ground, and these farmers are trying to make it into a plant. But we agree with thermal operations when you've had a proactive trapping program going prior into planting season. We do that, hogs get pushed on us, we got to do what I got to do to protect that peanut and get it, peanut or corn, and get it to come up. So does it take a lot of restraint? I mean, clearly I could have gotten a back seat and got out some magic, but it ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna shoot a couple of them and scatter them half a county that way, which is exactly what I don't want. I want to keep them right here where I've got, you know, semi-permanent Jager Pro traps just waiting on them little babies to come in there. So anyway, no flip-flopping. I got to jump out here now and ease down through these woods and hopefully, you know, this will be a good morning, but it looks like it's gonna be a beautiful morning, but I gotta shut up. So I'm fixing to hit the big red button. All right, we're right down here at the trap. He's already hit the panels one time. And we're about 25 yards from the gate. So, cat's out of the bag, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and ease up. Didn't see anything. As you can see, it's starting to get a little daylight on us. Wet down in here today. But hang on. Nice camera right there. We've slipped up on a lot of hogs in this trip sleeping. He's definitely awake. So we come in slow from the gate side. Oh boy. He's wound up. Oh, easy, fella. That's all right, fella. Solid boar. So running a 4-leg on-time feeder. Got our big pole. The oldest, the oldest mine Texas camera we have in our fleet. Standing next to one of the oldest Jagger Pro gates we have. Okay, bud. See how his mouth is kind of puffed out there? It means he's got some halfway decent cutters in there. On the outside of his lips, on the left and right side. Yeah, all right. Now, if I was trying to entertain you, I'd antagonize you, but that ain't about all that. It's just good for you people out there in TV land to see one up close like that. And show you how calm I am. He's calm. I'm the Zen master. You okay, fella? He's wanting a response out of me. As long as you don't jump up and hit my iPhone. If I had Zebby's fancy camera, I'd be in big trouble. He's not really sure. I mean, he knows I'm not his buddy. He's just kind of trying to figure it all out. Easy. There you go. All right. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take him out, do our maintenance, and then we'll kind of talk about the importance of showing up on time, getting here quickly to respond to these gates. We're not really concerned at all about being quiet. Last thing, those hogs that we saw, they're up that direction. Probably about 1,000 yards, give or take. The good part is we've trapped this property since 2017, 16, something like that. We know this property. I know every nook and cranny and drainage ditch. I can tell you probably exactly where those hogs are at right now. Hey now, come on. All right, so we're gonna put him down and get on with the show. All right, well, we back here in the trap, went ahead and got him down, walked up and got the truck and brought the four-wheeler down here. About the only way you can get in this thing is with the big four-wheeler and the little four-wheeler. Gator's really tight getting down in here. I don't know, I think we've done it once or twice, but you always use a four-wheeler to get in here. So anyway, as you can see, it's a jungle down in here. It doesn't look like a hog trap. That's kind of the idea. Got a creek bed right out there. He went down a little hard. He really did. He's kind of amped up for some reason. I mean, the wind was good, but I was like 30 yards that way. And I don't know, I heard him hit that first panel. So I tried to calm him down a little bit, just kind of get him used to me, you know, that whole scenario. But boy, once I started pulling the rifle up, it was on like Donkey Kong. So one of the things we want to discuss real quickly is, you know, the importance of responding quickly. If that other group would have worked its way down here and come to a shutdown gate with a hog inside of it, we're done. You can forget that group. We feel that a lot of hogs get educated that way. People don't respond quickly. I hate to say it out loud, but they're lazy. I get it if something changes or, you know, whatever. But, you know, we've had it happen to us where we've dropped 4 gates in one night, had problems at the 3rd gate. By the time we're getting to the 4th gate, it's daylight. These outside cameras are instrumental in telling you that you're educating hogs. But also just get out there as quick as you can and put them down. Number one, humane. Put them down. South Georgia, they can't take the heat. They've got to have some water. Just put them down, get it over with. Number two, the education of hogs. I mean, it's what they're going to see. They're going to walk up and be no different than you and I walking up and going, hell no, this is a bad idea. So we're going to go ahead and pull him out, do our maintenance, and then go ahead and get out of here. We're going to leave some human scent today, but that group is not a spooky group, meaning they weren't too shaken up by us this morning. Pretty sure that's our 15. I mean, when I started really looking at them, I was like, yeah, that's our 15 from across the road. So they may be over here now, and they may use this trap because they're used to a trap. They're used to the other one, or they may go back across the road. So either way, we're going to give them what they want, which is some corn. So let's take a look at him, and we're going to wrap this up. So there's our boar. He was nice, good grown boar. Definitely starting to get some decent cutters on him. Definitely starting to get some cutters. We identified him by that big bushy tail. Hog's got all kinds of different tails. He's got a few scars on there. There's a scar right there where he's been fighting. You can actually see that kind of stuff on the camera. So anyway, there's our old Jagger Pro gate. You can hear we got farmers working in the background today. Hear it? Sound like a jet engine. But he's made a muddy mess of things, man. He really has. But you can see, you know, looking around, man, why this works for him, right? I mean, it's a jungle, and we're good with that. So, y'all have a great day. I hope you can resist the urge when you're trapping hogs and you see a group of hogs and go, man, I can shoot 2 or 3 of them. Nah, it's a lot better to trap them all than shoot 2 or 3, because then you're just going to scatter them and jack their world up. Right now, that group, I guarantee, is in a ditch up there, and they're like going, I don't know what that was, but whatever. Now they hear that farmer up there, and they're like, well, whatever. Are they going to come down here and probably smell some of me? Yeah. But we don't think smelling that blood over there is the issue. We really don't. It's us. A lot of factors cause hogs to get skittish towards a trap. And we think the number 1 factor is human scent. They're around bloody hogs all the time and poop all the time, and that's just our opinion. But this trap has been in the same spot, I think, for 4 or 5 years now, and continually traps hogs. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Appreciate the support. Give us feedback. We have absolutely no clue what we're doing. I did get a little sleep last night, and it's good. Now that planting season's over with, to get some sleep. So y'all take care. I'm coming out of this grown-up field. Our trap is straight behind us, and I ran into them hogs again. It was pretty funny. Let's see if I can see them. They just shot off here to the left. Oh, there they are. Hear them? Hi, fellas. Hey, I got the door open on that Jaeger Pro trap. Got it. Got some extra corn out there for you. So what you're looking at is a field that has been allowed to grow up. And this will make for the absolute perfect habitat for a hog. So, when you think about letting your field grow up, think about that. So I think that is going to wrap up the video now. Y'all have a great day.